What's up, Eagles Nation? You're now listening to the Bird Gang Media Podcast with your host, Pablo Gary, the #1 Eagles fan from the DMV.
What is going on, Eagles Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Bird Gang Media Podcast. I am your #1 Eagles fan from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Super excited to be here with you guys tonight. I feel like we got a pretty good show for you lined up. Before we jump into the video though, I have to hit the new subscriber bell. Yes, man, so many new subscribers are joining the Bird Gang Media family. So I want to take the time out to say to you directly, thank you so much for choosing to follow this channel. Do not take it lightly that you take time away from your family, your busy schedules, just to watch our content. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Okay, so jumping into this video, like I mentioned, I have good news and I have bad news, right? So let's start with the good news, right? Let's start on a positive note. The good news is that the Philadelphia Eagles will be getting 2 extra draft picks, right? We're getting 2 extra draft picks. These picks are going to be in the later rounds, in the 6th round. I think it's like the 223rd and the 224th draft pick. And I know some people may say, well, it's just the 6th round, it's just the 7th round. What could we do with those picks? And to you, I say, just give me a moment, because by the end of this video, I hope to kind of sway your thought process on talents that can be found in this later on in these drafts, right? So first thing I want to do to kind of interrupt the pattern or the thought of you can't find talent in the later rounds, I want to give you some names, Hall of Famers that actually was chosen in the 6th round and actually had Hall of Fame careers, is currently having Hall of Fame careers, and will go on to the Hall of Fame. So the first person I want to talk about that was selected in the 6th round of their particular draft, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Brady, the GOAT, right? Hall of Famer already. I think it was 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots, fresh off one with the Buccaneers. It's really not much to talk about. I mean, for the Patriots to find him in the 6th round, they truly got a bang for their buck, right? The next person, Antonio Brown, arguably a Hall of Famer after, winning the Super Bowl ring with Tom Brady. Two 6th round picks, right? And there's somebody that we know, Jason Kelsey. A lot of people don't know. Jason Kelsey was selected in the 6th round, and he's been nothing but a stud for the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, we just restructured him, so he's going to be coming back and being with us the 2021 season. So, finding him in the 6th round and being able to have him as your centerpiece and your center for the last 10, 12 years was just a great find. And then I'm going to talk about just really quick, Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins, obviously, he still has a lot to prove. But I believe a guy that runs a 4.3, he's 6'2", he has all of the talent and gifts in his body. He also was selected in the 6th round. So I believe he's going to turn out to be at least a #1 or #2 or a very, very serviceable slot receiver, somebody that can help us out on special teams. And then I want to talk about an honorable mention. Jalen Mills. Jalen Mills was selected in the 7th round. I think when you talk about his career with the Eagles, I'm not sure if he's going to be back with us or not. But for a 7th rounder, for somebody to hold his own in the Super Bowl, that's pretty big. That's pretty big to get that kind of value out of Jalen Mills. So definitely want to show respect to him and give him an honorable mention. Now let's talk about some players who the Eagles selected in the 1st round, but either turned out to be a bust, never produced well, wasn't a system fit, or they just didn't pan out. It just didn't work. The first person I want to start with, wait. I'm sorry. Let me go. I want to do an honorable mention for 5th round draft picks, just a round earlier. Tyreek Hill, Cheetah, right? So he's arguably right now, Tyreek Hill is probably the best wide receiver in the NFL. Him and Devontae Adams are like really, really neck and neck. I think they're really specimens at two different skill sets. Like Devontae Adams, for me, he's the best route runner in the NFL. Tyreek Hill, pure speed and pure. I mean, he can definitely run routes and create separation too. But when you talk about like most electrifying with the ball in his hands, I got to give that to Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill was drafted in the 5th round. I also think no, he wasn't. Devontae Adams went a lot higher. Tyreek Hill was drafted in the 5th round. Stephon Diggs was drafted in the 5th round. And we all know how explosive and elite he is. He's definitely in the top 5 wide receivers in this league. Richard Sherman, he was drafted in the 5th round. Trent Cole, who we all know, drafted in the 5th round. Robert Mathis was another stud for the Colts. So you begin to really do some research and start digging and looking and seeing like, wow, there is some talent that really comes out of these later rounds. So what I'm saying is, don't just shrug your shoulders and say, we got us another 6th round pick and just turn the blind eye to it, because that may be the pick. That may be the guy that comes in here and helps the Eagles turn this entire franchise around. So now we're going to get into 1st round picks that never really panned out, right? I'm going to start more recent, and then I'll work back into some of Howie Roseman's earlier picks. So, Andre Dillard. I'm sorry, guys, but Andre Dillard is a bust. Like, I still have yet to see anything from this guy. Like, he's a 1st round pick. He hasn't done anything. Marcus Smith. The Eagles took Marcus Smith at DN. He hasn't done anything. Howie Roseman drafted Danny Watkins, the firefighter. He didn't do anything. I mean, it just gets bad. Jamarcus Russell, the Raiders took. He was a big-time quarterback out of LSU. Raiders paid him all that money. He never turned out to be anything. And then another player that was drafted in the 1st round, specifically by the Eagles, I couldn't believe the Eagles took him with the 25th overall pick, Freddie Mitchell. Now, Freddie Mitchell had some great plays with the Eagles, but I'm not sure if Freddie Mitchell was worth a 1st round pick. Freddie Mitchell's talent now, he may be a 4th. Like, Freddie Mitchell, to me, is not better than Quez Watkins, and Quez Watkins was drafted in the 6th round. So now we begin to get into the evolution of the game. Now we can really see, like, in real time, wow, like how much the wide receiver position has advanced. Because if Freddie Mitchell was a 1st round pick 10 eons ago, and Quez Watkins is a 6th round pick, it's kind of like, that really doesn't make a lot of sense. So another player that the Eagles selected in 2003 with their 1st round pick, Jeremy Mcdougall, defensive end. You probably never heard of the guy. Just know his career ended because he got shot in the leg or something like that, the abdomen or something like that. So, I mean, Howie Roseman, man, that's the thing. And that's why I titled this, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is that the talent may be there. There may be a Tom Brady there. There may be a Stephon Diggs there. There may be a Richard Sherman there. There may be a Trent Cole in the 6th round. But Howie Roseman has to pick the right players. He just doesn't pick the right players. Let me see. Let me go back, because the year the Eagles, I think the Eagles took Marcus Smith. What year did we take him? I think we took Marcus Smith. I forget the year we took Marcus Smith. I think it wasn't that long ago. I think it was 2014 or 16, I want to say. The Eagles could have had DeMarcus Lawrence or Devontae Adams. Imagine having Devontae Adams right now as your number 1 wide receiver. Imagine putting DeMarcus Lawrence right beside Fletcher Cox. That's the good news and the bad news. We have the We had the opportunity to get these players, but unfortunately, Howie Roseman, his best year, I did my research. From my perspective, Howie Roseman's best year was in 2002. In 2002, Howie Roseman selected Lito Shepherd, who was a stud, Michael Lewis, who he was serviceable, but I would say that he was a stud. Jim Johnson really got the best out of his skill set. Sheldon Brown, that's when the Eagles had Lito and Sheldon and those guys. That's when we had a true shutdown secondary. So we had Lito Shepherd, Michael Lewis, Sheldon Brown, and Brian Westbrook. I mean, those are 3 hits. Like how he hit those years. But when I look at 2015, 16, and 17, this is what I see. This is what the data shows me about Howie Roseman, since everybody wants to talk about the data and the analytics. The Eagles, even if they select decent players, they're not keeping them. I don't know if it's because of the scheme. I don't know if it was because of injury. I don't know if the Eagles have a problem with developing talent, but we don't keep them. In 2015, that was the year we took Nelson Aguilar, we took Eric Rowe, we took Jordan Hicks, we took Ja'Cory Shepherd, Randall Evans, and Brian Malik. Nelson Aguilar is gone, Eric Rowe is gone, Jordan Hicks is gone, Ja'Cory Shepherd, all of these guys are gone. So everybody that we selected, they're gone. So that draft is it doesn't even matter because we never picked anybody. They're not here. 2016, the Eagles took Carson Wentz. He's gone. Isaac, he's still here. He just restructured his deal. Wendell Smallwood, gone. Big V, gone. Blake Countess, we just cut him. Jalen Mills, he's about to leave. Alex McAllister, I think he's the middle linebacker, 7th round pick. I think we still have him. I think that's number 49. Joe Walker, he's gone. About 80 to 90% of that entire draft is gone. In 2017, Derek Barnett, he is, I guess, supposedly in trade talks to get rid of Derek Barnett. Sidney Jones, he's gone. Rasul Douglas, he's gone. Mac Hollins, he's gone. Donnell Pumphrey, he's gone. Shelton Gibson, he's gone. Nathan Gary, we just got rumors today, reports came out today that the Eagles won't bring him back. This is the problem. If you're going to draft players, you got to develop them and keep them. That's our problem. That's our problem. It's right there in front of us. Howie Roseman, he can't draft. And for some reason, we're not bringing in the right coaches to develop these players. I mean, this is really scary. It really is scary because you have, and the thing about it is, it's consecutive, right? It would be one thing if it was in 2015, then it was in 2020, then it happened again in 2005. But if you do this 3 consecutive years, 2015, 16, and 17, what's going on? What is going on? So that's why I say I have good news and I have bad news, Eagles Nation. I don't know. I don't know, but when you see other teams getting the Tom Brady and the Antonio Brown and the, Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs and Richard Sherman and George Kittle and Trent Cole and Robert, I mean, it all points back to Howie Roseman. So what I'm saying is you should be excited about the picks that we just got. But then again, when you look at the data, it tells us Howie Roseman either won't select the right person, or even if he does, somehow, some way, he's going to run him out of Philadelphia. Now, it's a new year. I like to give people chances to redeem themselves. I'm all about 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th chances. I believe everybody deserves an opportunity to get better. But when I'm looking at this, man, this is really, this is disheartening to see. But at the end of the day, we got to give Howie an opportunity and see what he does. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Got another one coming on the way. Sorry about that. So Yeah, guys. I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is the Eagles have more draft capital to work with, and you should not be surprised if we find Hall of Famers in these rounds. So really the purpose of this video was to really get you to a place in your thought pattern when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles where it's like, okay, we don't just overlook or turn a blind eye to the later round picks, because those will be the players that actually go to the Hall of Fame, make a difference, right? So that's all I have for you guys today, Eagles Nation. I hope I communicated my thoughts clearly about how I feel, what's going on. Howie Roseman, you just have to make the right picks. If you make the right picks, if you develop these players, the Philadelphia Eagles, we will be fine. I think we have a first, a second, 2/3, a fourth, 2/5, 3 6, and a 7. So I think that's like 10 picks, 10 or 11. So we'll see. We'll see what you do with the picks, Howie Roseman. So Eagles Nation, Bird Gang Media family, thank you again for sticking with me to the end of this video. And remember, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, that God loves you. And as always, fly, Eagles, fly. Howie Roseman, make the right picks, man. Peace, guys.
Thanks for listening to the Bird Gang Media Podcast with Pablo Gary. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share.